Come and me teach you Patwa now. Hello everyone and welcome to Shan's Patwa Academy, Jamaican Patois Simplified. My name is Shan and I'm from Jamaica. In today's lesson, I will be answering some general questions about the Jamaican Patwa language. These questions were asked by some of my students and I decided to make a YouTube video about it just in case others might have the same questions. So let's get right into it. Patwa is usually spelled in a variety of ways, as you can see on your screen. It's also called the Jamaican Creole. Let's get into the general questions about the Jamaican Patwa that I'm usually asked by my students. Question 1. What is the origin of the Jamaican Patwa? Where did it come from? Jamaican Creole or Jamaican Patois is an English-based Creole language with West African influences and, to a lesser extent, Spanish and other languages. It developed in the 17th century when the enslaved peoples from West and Central Africa were exposed to and had to learn and adapt the English language spoken by the slaveholders from Britain and Scotland and other places. At first, a pidgin language developed. This can be considered broken English, but later this was nativized and it developed into a Creole language with its own grammar rules and structure. Question 2. Where is Jamaican Patois spoken? Jamaican Patois is spoken both in Jamaica and in the diaspora. There are many places outside of Jamaica where the Jamaican Patois is widely spoken. These places usually have a lot of Jamaican expats and their descendants. These places include New York City, Toronto, Washington, D.C., London, among others. Question 3. Is Jamaican Patois the official language of Jamaica? At present, the Jamaican Patois language is not an official language of Jamaica. The official language of Jamaica is the Jamaican Standard English. Question 4. What languages do Jamaicans speak? Majority of Jamaicans speak both Standard English and Jamaican Creole. And of course, there are other people who are studying other languages. In the high school system in Jamaica, most students are exposed to French or Spanish or both. So you have other people who speak other languages as well. As a general, oversimplified rule, and of course there are exceptions, in professional or business situations, English is largely spoken. In more informal settings, more relaxed settings, Jamaican Patois is spoken. And in many occasions, Jamaicans code switch. So we mix both languages quite often. Question 5. Is Jamaican Patois a spoken or written language? Jamaican Patois exists mostly as a spoken language. The language does not have a standardized writing system. So unlike English words that have an established way of spelling, Patwa words have a variety of spellings. The Cassidy-JLU writing system is the closest thing we have to a standardized writing system. It was used recently to translate the New Testament, and lately a lot of people have been adapting its rules. I, for one, try to use that system in these courses because it provides some form of uniformity and consistency. Recently, more written material in Jamaican Patois have been produced, storybooks, poetry, and those kinds of things, but as a general rule, historically, Jamaican Patois existed largely as a spoken language, but efforts are being made to increase the volume of literature that exists in the language. Question 6. Is the Jamaican Patois a real language, or is it just broken English? In Jamaica, the Jamaican Patois or Jamaican Creole is simply referred to as Patwa. In the past, it was considered a lesser language, and unfortunately, the stigma is still evident today. The reality is, however, that Patwa is considered a real language because it has the characteristics such as a unique vocabulary, a unique sentence structure, and its own grammar rules. However, it lacks a standardized writing system, but hopefully that matter will be addressed soon because a writing system does exist. It's just that it is not regulated or standardized at this point. Question 7. Why is Jamaican Patois so popular? The Jamaican Patois is largely used in the entertainment industries. Music, such as reggae, dancehall, and dub poetry, uses Jamaican Patois quite heavily and are well known worldwide. Jamaican music has a large fan base outside of Jamaica. Jamaican plays, poetry, and movies, YouTube channels, books are also becoming quite popular. Jamaica's location also makes it very attractive to tourists. The people are always fascinated with the language. Jamaica's performance and its achievements on the world scale makes the country, and by extension the language, which is very unique, quite attractive to foreigners. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your questions were answered. If you have any question that were not answered about the Jamaican Patois language, please leave your questions down below. That takes us to the end of this lesson. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please hit that notification bell so that you may be notified every time when I upload a video. I try to upload every other day and sometimes even every day. So please hit that notification bell because that would be very helpful. Also, please follow me on Instagram for daily Jamaican Patois vocabulary. Adi bell that? Class done, you know. Take care of yourself. Zine.